Hey guys, so I'm back with another video, and in this video we are going to create a mini project in .NET MAUI. So I have this very beautiful shots from Dribble, so I'm going to paste its link in my description, so please check it out. So we are going to build this mini app, this BMI calculator. Okay, so for this I have created a .NET MAUI project. This is in .NET 7 and I simply run it. So I have not done anything yet. So let's get started. So first thing, we don't need all of this. So remove everything. And then let's this thing, right? So let's have it inside. So maybe this side. And then this one. Fine. And this thing, let's have it here only. And let me zoom it so that you can see it clearly. So for this thing, first we need this whole page. Let's have it one grid with two rows, one for this color part and second row for this white part. So let's have a grid with row definitions at auto and star. So first one. So this design, you look this curvy design actually. So for this we have two approaches. Either we can have some image which is already in this shape, or we can try it using, I think, path. So .NET MAUI gives us .NET MAUI path. It gives us this drawing path, so we can try this to create the shapes, path, polygon, polyline, using all these. Maybe I have never done this, but you can try if you want to. But for the simplicity and for a quick solution, in this video we are going to use this gradient but not this curvy design. So we will simply have a box with maybe rounded corners from the bottom. So let's have this. So first one, this thing, let's have it as border. This will be row 0, and then second part, this one, let's have it vertical stack layout. This will be row 1. Okay, now let's go to the first border, and now we will design its background. So we have border dot background, and here we need to give gradient details. So let's check gradient. We can try from border border border. So in border, if you could look, we have this gradient style for this borders border, but we are going to use this for our background. So this is this background. To see something, let's add maybe label. You see this one. Now we need these colors. So for this, let me check what colors are these. So the lighter color, this is this one. So it will start from this color and then it will go till this color, the darker color. And now let's have some padding on this border. So padding maybe of 20. We don't need this header, this navbar. So we can remove it, hide it, shell dot navbar is visible false. Okay, now for this border, we don't need stroke thickness. Let's set it 0 and fine. Now next thing, from bottom, let's have radius. So for this, we could have stroke shape. It will be round rectangle, and from left top 0, right top 0, left bottom maybe 25 and right bottom 25. Okay, then we have this auto and star. We have this thing for border. Let's have its vertical options, fill and expand. No, because we have this. Okay, for now let's continue. It should be star and auto. So auto means whatever its children needs, and star is all the remaining space. So for first one we would need all the remaining space, and second one we will have only the whatever content it needs, only that part. So we have this thing for vertical stack layout. Let's copy this label and we see this. So for this vertical stack layout also, let's add a padding of same 25. Fine. So we have this now. Now if we check, first thing we have this gender, then all these things. So we will have a vertical stack layout for all these. So in this border, let's remove this, and now let's have a vertical stack layout. And for vertical stack layout, let's have a spacing of maybe 20. Let's have it here. In vertical stack layout, first one is the this text gender. So let's have it as a label, text gender, and text color white, then horizontal options center, and font weight we need it as bold, so font attributes bold. And then I think that's all for this one, right? So after this we have these two button kind of thing. So for this we could have multiple approaches. So let's have a grid with two columns. So grid column definitions, let's have these half half. Then this will be first one, this second. So for first one, let's have a border. This will be grid dot column 0, which is default. And now on this border, first thing, let's have a background color as white. And then next is stroke shape is again round rectangle for this. And let's have it like 25. For now, let's have some text for it, maybe label text mail. Okay. Next thing is let's have some padding for this. 1020. 10. And this text, we need this text. We need two things, this icon and this text. So for this icon, I went to Font Awesome, and on Font Awesome we have this gender icon. So Mars for male and Venus for female. So let's download these two icons, as we will download these as SVG, and let me download and add these to the project. So I have downloaded those two icons and added those two images folder with male.svg and female.svg. So let's use this. So first thing, for this one, what happened? Something happened. Okay, let me run it. And so instead of this text male, let's use maybe horizontal stack layout. And first thing will be image. For this source will be male, and height maybe let's have 20, and width also let's have 20. And then we will have this text male. So this horizontal stack layout, for this let's set horizontal options at center, and then let's have some spacing, maybe 10. Fine. And this male text, let's have it bold. So this text font attributes at bold, and then color, text color of this, it will be this color, some reddish color, maybe this one only. And now we need the same color for this icon, image icon basically. So for this image, .NET community toolkit, MAUI community toolkit, it gave us behaviors. So using behaviors, we can change the appearance of the elements. So for this, we can use image behavior, which .NET community toolkit has given us. So let's MAUI community toolkit basically. So let's add that first. Manage NuGet packages. So okay, we need to stop it. So let's stop debugging, manage NuGet package, and let's have MAUI community toolkit. Community toolkit.maui, let's install it. Okay, I accept. And it gave us, we need to use MAUI community toolkit, go to MAUI program, add it here, and we should be good now. In order to use it, let's it is called something icon tint color, I guess, icon tint color behavior. So in order to use it, first we need to include this namespace. So go to our main page, go to namespaces, Let's add this namespace, and after that we can have this behavior like this. So we image.behaviors, we can add it toolkit colon icon tint color behavior, then tint color option. So let's go to behaviors, let's add it, and this tint color, this should be same as this text color. What else we can set? Let's check bindable properties, tint color, only tint color. Fine. Okay, so let's run it. So it's here, you can see the color of this image, this icon also has changed. Now let's come here, let's do the same thing for the second column for female. So we could have separate controls for this, we can store those as controls, and then basically content views, then we could use these here. We could have this color as bindable property, we could pass it, but for the sake of simplicity and for doing it faster, I'm having this here only. So here, first thing, we need to change the icon to female. This should be column 1, and this male text should be changed to female, and we need a spacing between these two, so we could have it on grid level. So let's have column spacing of 15. Fine. Then the background color of this is different, like this is a lighter color. So let's see what color is it. This one. So this is this color. Let's go here, let's have the background color of this as this color, and then the text color, this is I think white. Let's try white. White. And on these two borders, let's remove the stroke thickness to 0 to remove that. You saw that, let me show you again. So there is some border around this border. So in order to remove that, we can have stroke thickness 0. Let's do the same thing for the first one. Fine. So we have these two. Then next thing, we have this height. In this vertical stack layout, after grid, we will have one more label, same as gender. So let's copy, paste, and have it height. And for this also, for these styles, these are common in gender, height, weight. So we could have it as a style, maybe on this page only, content page level style, then we could use that style for with all these labels. But for now, let me copy this like this only. So next thing, we have this height, and for this height there is some more margin, so let's add more margin here. So margin 20, 0, 0, 0, 0, 20. So it is from left, top, right, bottom, like this. So we have this height, then we have this stepper. So for this, let's add, oh no, not stepper, slider. Let's have this slider, and let's have what all options we have on this slider. We have these bindable properties, minimum, maximum, value, minimum track color, maximum track color, thumb image source, drag start, drag completed. Fine. So let's set first thing thumb color property. So thumb color we need white. So on this thing, let's add a name because we will need this name to calculate the BMI. So let's have it height slider. Then thumb color white. Next thing is minimum track color, and let's have it gray for now. And for value, let's set it somehow 50. Minimum is, I don't know, maybe 10. Maximum maybe 100, I don't know. 10 to 100 and value is 15. Then why is it not showing this between these 10 to 100? 500. Okay, minimum track color is this. Then maximum track color white. Let's rerun. Okay, so now we need to switch these minimum track color and maximum track color. So minimum track color should be white and this can also be white. It is looking fine, right? Or maybe it didn't apply. Let's try. But before that, maximum and minimum. There is one limitation of this slider. We should first set the maximum value, then minimum value. Else it throws error. So let's rerun it. Okay, so it's fine now. Next thing is this 170 centimeter, which actually uh, will move with this slider, but we can have hard time to design it to move it along with the slider. Maybe we could do it in some later video when we will do so many UI UX related changes, but for now we could have the selected value somewhere around here only after this height. So maybe we can have a label which will display the height in centimeter. For now let's have it like this. Text color white. It will be same as female. So for female we used the background color was this one. And we actually need the same thing, right? So let's copy this border. And we don't need this horizontal stack layout. Instead of this, we simply need this thing. So 170 for padding. Let's round rectangle 25, background color, margin. We don't need this margin on this. And then next thing on this border, let's set horizontal options to center. And now we need to change this 170 cm along with whenever we are changing the slider, we need to change this. So we'll do this in a bit, but before that let's go to the second thing, this weight. This weight thing, it will use the same thing. Okay, so first let's do this. So for this text we can have a binding. So for this binding context we can use the, let's go to .NET MAUI, and here we will use, let's see, the stepper control, table of contents. Oh, this, so let's say, not stepper, slider .NET MAUI. So for data binding we can use this syntax. So in this slider's name is slider, and then we are binding this labels text with the sliders value. So we could use like this. So for this label we can have binding, then its source will be x reference of this slider's name, which is height slider, in this case height slider, and then it will give us this height slider, and on this height slider we can have its value. So after this source we need path, and path will be height slider dot value. So it will be like this. Then we are going to format this value because we need the value like the value with cm suffix, the centimeter suffix basically. So for this we need to use 0 as f0, but there is one problem with it. Is working okay. There was one problem with the string format. If it was starting from here, then we had to do this, but looks like that is resolved, or maybe that was something else. I don't remember actually. So string format, the current value .cm, if we change it we can see it moving, right? 10 centimeter, 80, 90, whatever, we can check. So this is working. Okay, fine. The same thing we need to do for weight. So let's copy these three things: label, border and slider. Again we could have these in separate content views, separate controls, but I am having these inside this one main page.xml only. Let's take weight, and then instead of height slider it would be weight slider, and instead of centimeter it will be kg, kilogram. It will be kg, and its value we can maybe have it from 10 to, I don't know, maybe 150. Okay, maximum minimum, everything should work now. It is not working because height slider, it should be weight slider. 72 kg, 93, 150, 10 kg. Same goes with this. 500 centimeter, it is a lot actually. So let's have it from 10 centimeter to maybe 200. I don't know. Where is our slider? It's here. So let's have it to 250. Okay, we have this thing. Now next thing, we need this button, this circular button with this arrow, right arrow. So for this right arrow we could have two things, either we can have icon or we can have the text, and we have this okay, we can use this thing, and then we can okay, let's have the icon only. So right arrow, right, so let's search for right arrow. Let me download, and there is one more, right, this refresh icon. So let me download these two icons and add these to the project. So I have downloaded those two icons. One is reset and one is right arrow. Right arrow is this one and reset is this one. So I have added those two resources images folder, renamed these to have lowercase with underscore. So if you are following me with my previous .NET MAUI videos, so .NET MAUI for image resources, basically it supports lowercase file names without any special characters except this underscore. So we have this. Now next thing is we need to add this right arrow, then this bottom part, then we will use these values. When we click on this, we will use these values, and then we will calculate the BMI. We will replace the content of this vertical stack layout with these things, the calculated BMI. Then we will, at that time, we will change this button to this reset button, and when we click on this button, it will reset all these values, and it will be the same as the first screen. So that is what we are going to do in next part. So for this part, that's all. So please like this video. If you like my content, share this video and subscribe this channel for more such awesome content, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified for my all upcoming videos. So yeah, I'll be back.